In this video, we explain how deep learning models are used for underwater object recognition and tracking. These models power real applications such as autonomous underwater vehicles, inspection of subsea infrastructure, marine life monitoring, and marine debris detection. We'll walk through the main processing pipeline, highlight recent state-of-the-art architectures, and point to future directions like domain adaptation, lightweight models, and multimodal fusion. The primary source of this video is the research paper Advancing Underwater Vision, a survey of deep learning models for underwater object recognition and tracking, published in IEEE Access in 2025. Underwater imaging is inherently challenging. As light travels through water, different wavelengths are absorbed, so colors fade and the scene becomes distorted. Suspended particles cause backscatter, which adds a bright haze in front of the scene, and forward scatter, which blurs object edges and fine details. On top of that, collecting underwater imagery is physically difficult and costly, so we have very limited data to train and evaluate vision models. Underwater image enhancement research relies on dedicated datasets such as UIEB, EUVP, U45, RUIE, UID 2021, HICRD, LSUI, DRUVA, and SQUID, covering real and synthetic, paired and unpaired images and videos. Enhancement quality is typically measured using full reference metrics like PSNR and SSIM, alongside no reference metrics such as UIQM, NIQE, and UCIQE to assess color, contrast, sharpness, and naturalness. Recent literature explores CNN-based models, transformer and attention-based approaches, GANs, and hybrid GAN transformer architectures for underwater image enhancement. Recent work has introduced datasets for underwater object classification, detection, and segmentation tasks. Such tasks include fish classification like wildfish, wildfish++, fishnet, and fish for knowledge, as well as generic underwater object detection sets such as USOD10K, DUO, and RUOD, and marine life detection datasets including UHTS, UDD, brackish, DFUI, and DUFish. Pixel-level segmentation is supported by datasets like UIIS, LSUI, SUIM, and MAS3K, which even include highly camouflaged animals. Additional specialized datasets target plastic debris detection, such as DSD, trash can, and WPBB, diver behavior and ship damage analysis, such as CADI and LIACI, and invertebrate monitoring with temporal labels, such as DUCIA, providing broad coverage of underwater recognition tasks. For classification, recent work introduces specialized CNNs, transformers, and GAN-based models tailored to degraded underwater imagery for tasks like fish recognition, diver gestures, and debris identification. Underwater object detection is dominated by region-based CNNs, YOLO-style detectors, transformer-based architectures, and feature pyramid networks that localize targets with bounding boxes. Finally, for segmentation, recent literature utilized fully convolutional networks, encoder-decoder architectures, deep lab-style models, GAN-based approaches, and more recently segment anything model variants, also known as SAM, enabling fine-grained pixel-wise analysis of complex marine scenes. For underwater object tracking, recent datasets such as UOT100, the multi-robot convoying dataset, UTB180, and FishTrack 23 provide diverse underwater videos covering single object tracking and multi-object tracking in challenging fish tracking scenarios. Tracking performance is typically evaluated using metrics like AUC and PNorm for overlap, and IDF1, IDP, IDR, IDS, MOTA, and HOTA for identity consistency and overall multi-object accuracy. Model families include tracking by detection pipelines that pair YOLO with DeepOSort, BiteTrack, or StrongSort, Siamese CNN trackers such as LightFC, SiamFCA, and NewNet62, and joint models like CMFTNet, FishTrack, TFMFT, and LSMAM. So far, this video has covered optical imaging for enhancement, object recognition, and tracking. Other alternative sensing modalities can complement or replace standard cameras in underwater vision systems. These include sonar, stereo cameras, LiDAR, hyperspectral and polarized imaging, magnetic imaging, and event cameras. Used alone or fused with RGB data, These modalities can significantly improve robustness, depth perception, and material discrimination in challenging underwater conditions. Looking ahead, several key challenges remain for underwater vision. Models need better generalizability, using domain adaptation either to transfer knowledge from above-water data to underwater scenes or to adapt across different underwater conditions, such as color casts and visibility changes. Zero-shot models like Segment Anything are promising in this context. Systems must also handle challenging scenarios such as occlusions, very small objects, and heavily camouflaged marine life. Another priority is reducing model complexity to enable real-time inference on resource-constrained AUVs. Finally, new modalities such as neuromorphic vision and language models open up promising directions for more efficient perception and richer scene understanding underwater. Thank you for your time and interest. You can find a link to the full article in the description below. This work was produced by the AREIS Lab, which is part of the Khalifa University Center for Autonomous Robotic Systems. If you found this video useful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching.